Hello friends, welcome back to Acharya Ganesh. I hope you guys have all made your New Year resolutions and trying to keep them this year. So today we'll be talking about the planet that is the shadow planet Rahu. Rahu, the Lord Rahu, we have heard about it. It's one of the most talked about shadow planet in astrology. लेकिन जो हम अक्सर राहु के बारे में जो सुनते हैं, that is all related to काल सर्प योग and how negative Rahu can actually create negative events in your life. But today I'll be highlighting the positive aspect of Rahu, because Lord Rahu has been actually misunderstood. As we all know, we always talk about planet Rahu, saying that it's an illusion, it's an obsession. And it is actually true in a manner, because somewhere we are also having this, illusion regarding the shadow planet Rahu. We are not exactly understanding the real power of planet Rahu. So let's understand today what are the positive impact of placements of Rahu in your horoscope. No matter where it's placed, can actually give you an immense, power, focus, or a great amount of success through that area. And that's the hidden code of Rahu that we are actually not able to understand, because Rahu is an illusion, and wherever it sits, it creates an illusion. And we also have this illusion regarding Rahu somewhere, that it only gives, negative events in our life if it's not placed in 3, 6, or 10 kind of houses. But it actually has the power. It's one of the most powerful planets in Vedic astrology. It has the power to give you success. Doesn't matter where it's placed. We all need to understand the hidden agenda of Rahu that it's trying to do in your life. So if it's placed in the first house, I'll go through all the 12 houses. So when Rahu is placed in the first house of your horoscope, your personality is something that people might find something mysterious, or people will think you are, double-minded or double-faced kind of personality. But Rahu in the first house gives you an, very attractive personality. Rahu in the first house, what's your strength is your creative thinking. That is your strength. But Rahu in the first also gives you an attractive personality that you can easily attract other people. It's a center of attention for your chart, the first house. And with your creative thought process, you can actually do really well in life. That's what makes you shine in life, the different out-of-the-box thinking that you have. And that's where you should actually focus on the energy of Rahu, having that out-of-the-box thinking with Rahu in the first house. And when we go to the next house, Rahu in the second, these people are unhappy about, their family, or they could be having some sort of addiction, or some sort of, chewing non-stop kind of addiction they could be having, could be alcoholic. But Rahu in the second, it can make you shine really well through your speech. Your speech could be your strength in life if you polish the skill of wherever Rahu is placed. So Rahu in the second, you could be having good amount of family wealth with Rahu's placement in the second house. So all you need to do is focus on that energy and use it for the positivity, and Rahu will give you good results. With Rahu in the third house, your communication, the way you carry yourself, the way you communicate with people could be your strength, and it gives you an immense amount of courage when it's placed in the third house of horoscope. But with Rahu in the third, your communication is what you should focus on, because that's what will make you shine in the world. With Rahu's placement in the fourth house, sometimes these people have to stay away from their family or from their mother. But when you focus on the positive side of Rahu's placement in the fourth house, what it does is it can actually give you immense wealth if you use the nurturing quality of fourth house. Rahu in the fourth can actually make you do really well in real estate. It can make you really well in do really well in the matters of, could be food related business, vehicles. When Rahu is placed in the fourth house, all you need to do is focus on the positive side of it, instead of just letting Rahu influence you towards negativity. So you can make money, and that through real estate or property, or could be something related to that involves nurturing other people. And that will make you shine in the world. And when Rahu is placed in the fifth house of your horoscope, it makes you that, it gives you that creativity that is completely, different from everybody else, that out of the box creativity with Rahu in the fifth. You can be highly creative individual. You can actually shine in the world through your creative powers. So use that creative powers of Rahu, that out of the box thinking, that will make you stand out, even if, you will be able to do something different from other people with Rahu's placement in the fifth house, whether it's education, whether it's some sort of creative talent, or whether it's in the entertainment industry you could be working, when Rahu is placed in the fifth house. And when Lord Rahu is placed in the sixth house of enemies, disputes, deaths, what it does is it is actually considered a very good placement for Rahu. And what you should focus here is, you could be doing really well as a lawyer, because handling disputes could be your strength. Or you could be in the finance sector, handling loans, or some sort of mediation, or could be working in the industry that involves, medicine, because sixth house also represents illness and sickness. So if you can actually use this power of Rahu in the sixth house, where you are working, where you know how to negotiate, your enemies will be destroyed anyway with Rahu's placement in the sixth house. So that is your strength. Your enemies will not be able to stand in front of you. All you need to do is use that out of the box thinking of Rahu in the sixth house. With Rahu's placement in the seventh house, it's considered very challenging in the matters of relationship. But how to turn it into your strength is use this energy of Rahu in the matters of public dealing. That's where you will actually shine in life, if you know how to, deal with people. And that is a skill that Rahu has already given you. But because you're not able to recognize, seventh house also represents, public dealing. So polish that skill of dealing with people in the seventh house. You could do really well. With the eighth house Rahu, that's also considered one of the challenging placement, because eighth house of diseases, it's a house that represents your in-laws and sudden events and accidents. So how should you use the energy of Rahu when it's placed in the eighth house? Positively is when you go into the field of research. It will give you that out of the box mentality, where you will be able to shine through your ability to see what other peoples are not able to see. Rahu will make you analyze things in a very different manner. And Rahu in the eighth house can also make great astrologers, can give you great powers of occult if you focus your energy towards that direction. With Rahu's energy in the ninth house of father and spirituality, it's also not considered great for father. But how you can use this energy is when you perform rituals. You can be very good at it, or because Rahu will make you think, I don't want to do it. But when you start doing something extraordinary in the field of higher learning, this Rahu can actually give you immense amount of fame and great amount of knowledge with Rahu's placement in the ninth house. And when Rahu goes in the 10th house of your horoscope, what it does, it gives you an extraordinary career. It gives you that career that, makes you shine in the world, because Rahu is considered good in the 10th house. So you should actually focus on your fame and reputation, and you should deal in a manner that makes you stand out in the public eye. So Rahu in the 10th is actually considered a good placement. But again, you should focus on that out of the box thinking. You should do something different in your career with Rahu's placement in the 10th house. When Rahu goes in the 11th, what it does is it actually gives you gains. It actually gives you a different kind of, a lot of foreign connections. So focus on making your connections. You will get gains through those connections. So your focus should be how to make connections and how to get gains through those connections. I'm not saying to be mean to those people when you make connections, but in the manner of, helping you to step up in the life with Rahu's placement in the 11th house. Rahu's placement in the 12th house is another tricky placement, because people think it gives a lot of negative events, but it actually does as well. But with Rahu's placement in 12th, how can you focus and turn it into a positive one? 12th house represents isolation, spirituality. So when you go and your investments, so you should do something very different. Think out of the box in the matters of investment. Rahu's energy will give you gains when it goes in the 12th house. You can also be isolated and do some sort of spirituality. You know, obsession of Rahu will be seen wherever it's placed. So if you become obsessed in the matters, take the obsession in the positive direction, Rahu can actually make you shine in that area. So Rahu 12th house people can do really well when they are isolated from the outer world. They can actually focus and shine in a very different manner, because they can come out with some sort of things that will make them shine in this world. It's also great for spirituality. It's also great for meditation. And with your investments also, you should think out of the box. But one important point that I would like to mention about Rahu is, until the age of 42 is when Rahu actually gives you a bit of struggles. But it's only after 42 when Rahu matures and it has the capability to give you a lot of positive results wherever it's placed in your horoscope. And I hope in this new year you will enjoy the positive energy of Rahu and try to utilize and focus on the areas where you can actually grow and shine. Happy New Year from Acharya Ganesh. Thank you very much. See you next time.